Hey team, I just wanted to reach out and say good morning and let you know that what is coming is just so stinking exciting that I can barely contain myself. And I gotta say, I apologize on a business in a box thing. I think I might have screwed the pooch on recommending that one, and I hope you'll forgive me. In my excitement, I got a little bit greedy and saw a big vision, and it's still possible. I'm not taking anything away from them other than my current endorsement. If they can come through and show me something more than what I've seen so far, then I'm going to stick with it. I like the idea of growing multiple advertising platforms, and I want to be able to do that for you. Because really what I'm developing here and with you, what we're developing really, because it's only because you're getting this. It's only because I know people are actually watching this, and this is adding value to people that I do this. I wouldn't waste my time with it otherwise. And so that's what I'm really excited about is the fact that we're going to get time back. That was what I was so excited about with um, the business box thing because it looked like it was going to save some time. And it did make me think about the business differently. And so I'm looking at, again, my business differently and looking at that ability to outsource certain functions. And so really looking at going and finding an intern or finding someone to kind of manage some of the social media. And that may be something that you have to do. I've got a lot that I try to accomplish with the short time that I've got left. And so I'm always looking for ways to shave off time. In fact, I'm going to be sharing a cool video, and I may just upload it onto the blog that I do this to, about this new shoelace strapping thing that saves Marines, 30 seconds a day, but you add it up over their tour and it turns into like 2 days. That's a lot of time, especially when you're getting shot at. So anyway, saving of time is important, and that is what the Empowerment Network's new blogging platform is all about. The blogging beast, as they call it. And not my favorite marketing name, but my first marketing name was Conrad von Supertramp. So I'm not going to be talking to anybody that's made millions and millions of dollars with marketing about what they should or shouldn't call their company's platform. But this is all about saving time. Right now I have to record this and upload this on YouTube, and then I need to, transfer it over to the blog, and it's embed, and it's kind of a slow process. And even if I just film it with my phone, I still have to do all this uploading and moving and transferring, and all those things take time. And in fact, I went and tried to create a new blog the other day and put in widgets and put in advertising and do all that. And after about an hour and a half, I was so stinking frustrated that I was like, well, this is why I paid $25 to be able to get into the Empowerment Network so I don't have to do this crap, right? Because they make it so much easier, and I am so, like, the idea that I'm going to be able to have multiple domains, and you're going to be able to too, right? So this isn't just all about me and what I can do. This is about what you're going to be able to do. You're going to be able to have, www.yourname.com, but also www.makemoneywithyourname.com or www.yourname.moneymakingmachine.com, right? And you can do that and take these domains out, and you can have all these different domains that are driving and pushing traffic into your business, because that's really what it's all about. Remember, it's like a funnel, and you want to pour traffic into the top, and that gets filtered through the opt-in and all the different processes until it funnels out at the bottom. And I'm serious about the text marketing thing. I think that's huge. There's a couple free websites. Maybe if you guys can go check them out, try them, give me some feedback, and help me find out which one's going to work best. Really, right now, it's all Business in a Box is offering is just a platform to be able to text market with and some ad copy and things, so we can figure out from Dave Wood how to do that. And that's one of the cool things about what I bring to the tables for you, right? And this is what it's really about, because you can go find anybody in Empowerment Network, right, and go join their team, right? It's about building a relationship together, and it's about working towards a shared vision. And my vision is to train and develop and coach as many young entrepreneurs as we possibly can to be able to make a huge difference in the way we educate. And like I want to shut colleges down because they put people in this oppressive debt, and they are part of the overall challenge that we're facing right now. There's more than just the shopping cart closed down right now. And I think we need to close a lot of stuff down. And I think it's a good thing. I think it's moving forward. It's something new. It's unleashing a new vision for the world. Right? We've never had worldwide communication like this, where I can record this video and I can put it up there, and my son is probably going to be able to see it when he's 16, because it should, by all intents and purposes, still be there. Right? Like, we see no reason that this won't be here in 20 years. And in my first book, my vision, and you can get that on Amazon, it's The Adventures of Conrad von Supertramp, and I may post a link to that in the blog too, since I mentioned it. But I had this idea that 13 generations from now, they're going to be able to connect mentally to the internet, and they can go wander halls of information and people and videos, and it's like this interactive, and be able to start following people. Because think about, my son, we could literally put his whole life online. Or you can buy a kid a digital pen now that would record it, and you could upload it into a cloud, and again, for all intents and purposes, it would continue to be available for future generations. So that his great-great-grandkids could have his journal of where he's first starting to learn to write, which is, it's cool right now because he's doing it. He's doing it on a big whiteboard, and his name is all crooked, and it's kind of funny looking. But we put him in a box, and we made him think within the box, and he did real good. But and you give him a big empty space, and he'll just create all over it. So that's kind of cool, because that's what the internet is for you. That's what being able to record your visions and your ideas and your journals and your heart and your soul, and just do that for history, right? For your great grandkids. They'll record who you were and what you dreamed about and what was important to you. Hey, if nothing else, maybe it'll be like the historians that dig us out of the nuclear holocaust. They find and get the computers all up, and they get the internet back up again, and they find all the stuff just still sitting out there. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know enough about how the internet works to know that stuff. And that's the beauty of being able to blog. When I first realized that I could just journal, I could just write, and then it would create a book, and then I could really just put that writing on a blog, and I could start attracting people and developing a following. It was really cool, right? And I realized, wow, I can make my own movies. You can be your own TV show now. You can be your own radio host now. And really just started continuing to play with this vision and work towards it as a way to encourage and inspire people by living my life, and getting paid to just be alive. And it's awesome, super awesome to be able to do that. And I've got to go to Costa Rica and spend like 4 months in Costa Rica. I've talked to leaders in business. I've talked to leaders in this business who've never had the freedom to be able to go and just take off to Costa Rica. And the reason that I was able to do that wasn't because I made a lot of money. I really haven't made a ton of money, right? But what I learned to do was maximize what I had, right? Like the principle of being able to buy all in, right? You get all in into the team, and you put everything, all your chips on the tables, because then you're all in, right? You either do everything you can and make this bad boy work, or you're done because you're all in. And that's the idea of getting all in, getting all the products, getting all the trainings, all these things that any networking company promotes. And so I was all in to maximizing what I had. And my idea was, well, what if success didn't have to be what success is normally sold as? You have to make money to be successful, and that's really not true. I traveled to Costa Rica making $2,500 a month in residual income. That's all I had to build, because I was able to keep my expenses low. Now, did I live the lifestyle? You did it right. I mean, how many tourists get to do what I did? I had the best tour guide in Costa Rica take me around and show me the real Costa Rica. And I got to go up in the mountains, and I got to sleep in a house in the Garden of Eden. was literally on a mountaintop looking down into a valley that was called the Garden of Eden, and it looked like it. And I walked around and I picked fruit off trees and I just existed, and it was awesome. And I did it, and that's a successful life. And I have gotten to do some beautiful things. Then we went from there. We went down in the beaches, and I stayed in a hostel, and I just hung out with people, and you know, watched people. You know, just talked to people. And at the time I was promoting life, I was trying to take leadership training international. I didn't even have a team. I had like 3 people on my team in Missouri, and I'm like, well, I'm taking this business international. I'm such a confident person. So that's what I did. I went to Costa Rica, and I got a business partner in Costa Rica, and yeah, now here I am. And so I'm still building a leadership industry and a leadership training, and I'm still looking to go international. And I still want to build friends in Costa Rica and friends everywhere that I can go and visit and help and add value to and have good times with. And we can all be free and just, hey, you want to all hop on a jet and go to Maui for the weekend and learn how to surf. I don't know, whatever, do some crazy thing. If you're almost dying, then you're probably living. So we can go, hang glide, go cliff diving. I know a great spot to go cliff diving in Arkansas. And if you've got the free time and you've got the resources to go do any of those things anytime you want, you probably do a lot more of them. Because even learning how to maximize $2,500 a month are still pretty darn limited. And I've proved that you can do a lot on it, man. I mean, you can go far, but you're still, pretty limited. It's a whole lot easier to just go get rich, I think. Until we can create society that doesn't need money, it's just easier to go get rich. And I was digging and sweating and doing stuff because I kind of had to do that to be able to earn my keep, and since I wasn't paying any money for a lot of things because I didn't have any, and I'm sitting out there digging a ditch or something, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. I'm in a beautiful place and I'm enjoying it, but it'd be a whole lot easier. This is less work to go get rich, I think. But I don't know because I haven't got rich yet. I'm going to lie to you. I'm not going to sit on this video and say, oh, I'm rich with Empowerment Network. Come join me. I'm going to show you how to get rich. No. Come join me. I'm going to show you what I'm learning because I'm just maybe a teeny tiny bit further down the road than you are. And I'm going to do my best to just encourage you to go do what I know you can do. Because you can do amazing things. Because if my monkey-headed self can go figure out how to get a list that I've got, because you're seeing this, you're on my list, or you found this through a website, or you're part of my social media group, right? Because I can get messages out there now. I'm able to show some value. I'm able to add value to more and more and more people. So I'm able to prove that I'm learning and I'm working, right? And so that's a whole lot better than your traditional network marketing, because it's really hard to show growth in a business when you don't have any money, right? But with this, I can show you. I didn't have a list before, and today I've got about 150 people on a list. Is it going to make me a millionaire? Well, it depends on how good I work that list, right? If I can get 10 people off of that list to get all in, then I've made everything I need for the year, and I can do it in a day, right, when the cart turns on, right? I mean, that's all my goal for a year, if I made 50 grand for a year at this, residual income, forget it, man. I'd almost retire. I think that would end my internet marketing day right there. I'd just be done. But no, I'd follow what the leaders are teaching me and what I'm teaching you right now, which is to put 20% back into your business. That's the key, and that's with any business. Right, I see this every day. When I first started trying to become a coach and trying to figure out what business could I do, right? I've got a bad heart. I've been, let's prove this. Here's some social proof. Can you see the scar? All right, there's the pacemaker. All right, I talk about it. There it is. All right. People asking me, oh, I don't believe you. He talks about his bad heart. He looks so healthy, blah, blah, blah. Okay, scars to prove it. Okay, so now I just completely, utterly know that you're wondering where I'm going to take this next. And the point is that you can mess up and you can do this too, right? You can get off on a tangent and believe that you need to share something really personal because somebody out there needed to see that. They really needed to know that. I really have been through that right now. And so really what I want to do is share that I'm learning a little bit because I'm all into getting as much information as I can. And I'm going to share what I learned, not just in Empowerment Network, I'm going to share it in other areas too. And because I know the value of time, I'm going to try to give you big nuggets in short amount of time. This isn't one of my best training videos. What this is really just more of a personal hello. But I've given you some great nuggets, and that's my goal, is to always be feeding you traffic tips or whatever. Now, all I did was I joined, I followed what my leadership told me to do and what I'm going to advise to you, and I'm going to duplicate what worked. And I got into a co-op, and I've bought what I could buy out of that co-op, and it's not very much. And that's been my advertising, that and free advertising. I started doing, the Facebook and the LinkedIn and Craigslist and all that, and doing, the standard looking stuff. And I'm spending $10 here and $10 there. I'm not throwing thousands of dollars at any advertising, and neither is any other business out there. And that was the point that I was talking about before I got on the SCAR tangent, is people aren't advertising. That's why we see shutters. They're advertising, but they don't know how to actually build a customer base. Like right now, I've got an offline networking group that's sending out letters. I'm a little bit skeptical of the effectiveness of sending a letter, but we're going to see, because nobody gets letters anymore. All right, so looking at advertising a little bit different, and I'm going to do some training on what I'm learning with advertising and ways that you can look for advertising sources. Right, because that's one of the worst things. Okay, I advertise, great, and there's solo ads versus this, but how do I find my target audience? And I'm going to show you how to do that in some upcoming trainings. And that's really what I'm here to do, to add value to you. I've got a couple more minutes that I'm going to take of your time today, and really just to encourage you that whatever you're doing, whatever your business is, be all in. And reinvest 20% of whatever you earn every day back into advertising, back into promotion, back into telling people you're in business. You constantly have to be feeding and the networking and sales drum. Okay, it's the ABCs. Always be closing. Always be getting people to opt in. Always be getting people into your sales funnel. If you're not on my list right now, then I totally recommend you go sign up and stay tuned, because whatever business you're in, you're going to need the kind of a value add that I can give. You can just be part of my list and get a lot of great information. Right? I grew myself the most off of free information, and truly believe that if people, especially and again, I'm not rich yet, so rich people really cared about helping get people, and they give their stuff away a lot cheaper than they do sometimes. But I've realized a very important truth, and that's, if I give it to you, then I'm not helping you. I'm not helping you. If it's free and it doesn't cost you anything, it takes you nothing to get it, well, sometimes that's not really about it. And that's how I feel about being on disability. I worked beforehand to earn it, and it's kept me for a good long time. But I've taken more out than I ever put in, and I don't think that's right. And I want to do something about that. I have a character issue in my heart that says you can't just sit here knowing that there's something you can do. I can make videos, I can write, I can share, and I can learn, and I can teach other people, and I can add value around the world. And there's ways to bring in money, and networking is the best business model. And this has been what I've been working over for 6 years, and I really, really want to build a massive team. And I want you to join me right now, and I want you to be a part of that. And I want to be a team to be reckoned with around the world for the disabled, and there's some great stories on some other teams of blind guys that are doing this, and deaf guys that are getting on stage and getting big checks because they're able to succeed where they were never able to succeed before, because they're able to succeed with technology online. I want you to join this cyborg and get to making a living online. Now, opt in.